That shit you sent me?
Like Minnesota, like if you're a 4v3, we still have to be using our numbers to get those bombs planted and again trust our post plant, which has been so successful. And how about it? Let's do it right now. 4v3.
First blood for Ken.
You've gotten street control with that win onto 04. We should be looking to get this bomb planted.
Oh yeah, man up advantage. We already have a little bit of presence through the mid street. Kenny's giving info. At least a couple players sitting towards the mid courtyard, but I don't know if he's going to be able to spot that.
Nice shot. Oh, let's go, Ken.
Yo,
talking about, man.
Damn. 1v4 now for Neptune.
Kylo
this
Ken.
is what I'm talking about.
That was drives again.
We're going to plant and we're going to win the round.
That's a good start.
One of those things that first blood is obviously overemphasized
Last
here
player
with the
up,
3 from
Neptune.
Kenny.
That was actually so bad. Give him the ace for that. He deserves
like
the
this,
ace.
where it's 4v2s, 3v1s, and then we're planting the bomb late. Neptune, little pop over the wall. Maybe sees Kenny, who's working on the opening round ace.
Yeah, Ken's just going to back up here.
Kenny will give him a little bit of space.
Oh, my gosh.
And
he's got the
I
read
think
on
he
him.
may have just saw the slider.
There he is. Ken with the names. Come on, man.
That was dirty.
Yeah, that was
some insane shots, long range courtyard, and then pisses on the guy outside Burger.
The transfer,
first one on to 0-4, the freebie on the nasty.
All right, round one, Rocker.
Yeah, I waited an hour last night for 2 chicken Caesar wraps.
For that
not
place?
really many bullets
Like the
in your
place that's
clip.
gone viral in Dallas.
He's able to
Was it good?
snap.
It was fire.
Like you went there?
Yeah, I went there and I waited in the restaurant for 1 hour.
Take a look back
They said
at
20
it
minutes.
again.
I said, okay, I'll wait for
was
that.
doing right here, but a
Did
Boozer
it turn
Ain't paying an hour. What am I going to do? I already paid. I'm not walking out.
I too had a really good chicken Caesar salad last night at Earl's.
Statement.
Okay.
Vancouver
I was
team on this
mind
map.
blown.
Love to do what we just
That
saw
little
right there. Play
lemon
kind of a double up
zest
over
on it.
towards Burger.
Oh.
But now a quick action from the SMGs. Neptune for the
Okay,
first.
trades out.
Trying to slide away from Astral, who does get the trade. Fob off the
Yo, Zerk with membership. Welcome to Johnny Zins, brother.
Yeah, Zerk, welcome to the Bows Nation, baby.
And Kenny working
The
together,
Bozos?
and they will
Trap
win
House
the
Bandit.
day over the top of the A site, leaving a boost
All right,
for a
this is-
1v2.
Yeah, that's
South
it.
Star to Rocker. If they capitalize on this 2v1, go up 2 on the
I thought you had our mid street. These guys are shooting me with all
game
their
might be
AR
over.
presence from those mid angles.
That is...
But
yeah,
Minnesota
25 points.
Don't start off with the first
That's
blood.
over.
Just had better positionings. And big shout out to Gio right there.
That's
because he was the guy who usually camps around courtyard. Instantly finds a trade to make it a 2v2. And then is able to
6-0
get
start
out
for
of dodge,
Ken.
set up
Here we
Kenny
go.
for that kill to make it a 2v1.
Oh my God, they killed
And then
Kenny.
isolate onto the final player in towards Burger.
No,
Vancouver
fuck you,
love
Kyle.
those rounds though, Alan. When they
How'd
can
you
just
like to
beat
suck
in the
my
mix,
balls,
it's
Mr.
just
Jason?
right there. They didn't have every player in the mix, and unfortunately, it comes back to bite them.
Yeah, absolutely the case.
I mean,
Damn,
imagine
Joker's
the
going to-
And that's kind of, again,
storylines we
talking
play
about
Ken
Vancouver,
round
we
one.
spent a lot of time mentioning what Rockers kind of,
Cinema.
well, either pros and or cons sometimes come from. But for this Vancouver team, in particular on
Would be
Rewind,
crazy.
it's been a pretty successful match,
Indeed,
especially
indeed.
lately with that round 11 win versus Toronto. But they have been subject to getting a little bit over aggressive and being punished for it, as Kenny's RCXD will come to a pretty anticlimactic finish through the middle of A. Doesn't even allow the bomb to really get through, but Gio has gotten a look at 04, and they know that Generators is not safe.
Yeah, and this is why they're not being super quick in towards the safe site. They use a lot of attacks. They use an RC card, but with Gio having that info,
Dude,
they
he's
have an
automatic
angle
right now.
7-0.
to shut us down here at the A site. We got to try to find an opening.
Ah.
Kenny's able to strike again through the mid street. Narrow finds a second. Instant 4v2. Let's
Okay,
get the objective
3v2
down.
now.
Nasty, good timing with a little pop out. to
Dude,
find
this
at
guy
least
is
one kill on
reading
the Nero, but
everything.
yeah, Kenny has just not allowed
8-0.
anybody to move from Burger through that street in any form. 8-0 through 3 rounds.
Oh, shot punch.
Nasty little
Give
shot
it to
punch
Ken,
come
man.
through, but
Dude,
there's
9-0
kill
for
number
Kenny.
9, and we may have some record-setting pace here out of Quavo Ken.
Yeah, this guy might be employee of the month over there in the Burger Town. Every single kill that's going
That's
down
Pat.
on that side.
He's locking down that street,
It's
man.
always been one in favor of Kenny. A 9-0 start. Hellstorm already secured in the back pocket. And for Rocker, looking for some kind of life. Obviously,
3
being
kills
down by
around
40,
right now for Ken
but
Dog.
Optic finding that W in their previous series versus Ultra. You need to try to make up some. Kenny's at least having the answer here in Search and Destroy.
Yeah, he had it in the hard point too. Let's be honest. He was the one keeping Minnesota
Damn, what the
remotely
fuck?
in the game early.
Yeah, that's over.
Heck of a series from Ken to this point, and at a certain point, you might even want to
Yeah,
think about, like,
OKC's
let's just let Kenny just
dominating.
go kill things, because he has got triple the number of kills as the rest of his teammates. Vancouver going to really just, again, appreciate and respect the fact that Minnesota will meet them to fight inside of A. will toss their nades and get out of there. But look at this. 4-man wrap for Minnesota, and Vancouver have no idea about this.
Yeah, they're doing this very, very quickly, and they already spot
they
these
busting
generator
through
doors
A,
being
but
open.
they're already
so
through
you're
gens.
not
They're
gonna
gonna come right
flank
behind them.
mid-zig,
Oh,
and
man.
Staying on the Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's playing this
to line up the
flawless.
first two. This sort of looks like the way that Vancouver are playing this, the way that Minnesota like to play it early on, which is just slow as hell through gens.
Oh
and
my
if
God,
that
I can't
doesn't
kill
work
Kenny.
out, then we're just going to get collapsed on 1v4 here for Abuza.
Nah, go for the
Kenny
flawless.
Has, I'm sure, some
If
idea.
you turn, you'll see the shadow. If you
that
turn,
Abuza
you
likes
see the
to play
shadow.
towards this outside street. And the more that
Oh.
they wait, the more that, well, this could happen.
Oh, falls right into his lap. 10-0.
He's got double-digit kills. 10-0 start for Ken.
It's one of those. One of those searches. Everything's
He is
just
Mr.
going
Burger.
perfect, man.
Mr. Burger
Look at
time
that.
right now. He's found at least 7 of his
4-0.
10 kills on this side of the map.
Minnesota
couldn't
reading
come
the
any
map
easier.
perfect.
Well, fuck it. Count
Walks
on
right
him.
into the butt of Abuza. Shoots him
Yo,
in the back
Zerk and Andrew, thank
puts
you
him
for the
at a
members here on
flawless
the
10-0, but this is
YouTube.
where Vancouver just need to start to step up their pacing.
Yeah.
That's 4 rounds in a row where you're just allowing Minnesota to dictate how the map is going to be played. And when you're not really playing for info early on into these rounds, they are just catching you off guard with their mid-round
Oh, yeah.
investment. So Vancouver
He's back to his
need
hot
step up
spot.
the pacing here.
Oh, look at the respect. They don't even want to challenge Kenny anymore. They're just going to put Abuza on the corner barrel. Let all the SMGs just play over towards gens. Gio's gotten the read at this, though, with doors being popped and nades slightly
Gio,
coming through.
another
and Gio
blood.
will find the opening first blood.
Player trap.
Vancouver just looked completely
And
distraught
connected.
without their ability to play
Dude,
through
they
the
are
street.
picking them
Legitimately.
apart. Holy shit. They've got
Nothing is currently
6
working
total
for them.
kills.
Picked off again
Damn.
now in another
Oh, what?
4v2
I think we're
round
gonna be
again,
tied up
and
at one
now
here,
another
Scump.
1v4
Yeah, it's
round for
probably
Neptune
likely.
technically on the cards. And Kenny trying to find
Come
kill
on, give him
number
the
11.
kill.
I think there are some Call of Duty
Dude, it's
aficionados
just
that are
perfect
sitting
right
here
now.
saying, "We
Just
want this
falling right
game to
onto
go
his lap."
longer because we want to see Kenny
11-0 for
continue to
Ken,
do this."
5-0 in search.
11-0. And there may not be enough rounds to play for him to break the record, but in terms of flawless search and destroy, you're getting it right now out of Ken.
Yeah, he might end this map with the highest S&D
Do we
KD
get
that
a
we have on the
6-0
season.
flawless here from Minnesota?
So far, 11.0. Kenny, yeah, I'll be smiling too, man. The search and destroy cannot get any easier than this. And keep in mind, still, he has that Hellstorm in his back pocket. You're probably going to use it here
Yeah,
to try
they
to
still have
close
the
out 6-0.
Hellstorm too.
Yeah,
This
why
should be
not?
donezo.
All right, Ken.
Not
Go
many
flawless
words that
then.
could be saved here. Ooh. Maybe a little screen shake takes him away from the last bullet needed to find
Take
first
me
blood for kill number 12.
No way does their
And
play
yeah,
call.
apparently it is. We're just going to go all the way around the outside
Call
over to
that
B
missile.
for a quick plant. And you may beat the timing of the Hellstorm here if you're Vancouver, but the retake could be difficult, I would say. to
Here it
try to
comes.
Blast through with this happening. Hellstorm's
MN
in. You've got all
stacking
3 minutes
inside of
players
A.
playing inside. And now it just comes down to the timing of when they want to try to crunch in towards gens.
Okay.
Astro trying to make the first
Oh,
move.
they
Doesn't
line
win
up.
the first battle. Follow-up is decent. Nero, one more.
1v2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who is it?
And
Neptune.
now it's just down to Neptune, 1v2.
Time is on his side.
And
Wow.
they win it
20 seconds. Just gotta
6-0.
locate a
What a
one.
Kenny
map.
doesn't die at all.
The flawless from Ken, the flawless chopstick. Sure.
I mean, that was dominant. We'll see if they can try and carry some of that into the,
Yeah,
the
the
respawn.
momentum into the
Hey.
next map. I mean,
Vancouver's been struggling a little bit in control as of late, so
That's as good as you can ask for.
a protocol control coming up. MN, they have a chance in this series now, man.
Yeah, final scoreboard once again. Let's blow some smoke up Ken's ass. 11-0. What a map. 1,200 damage. Nero as well dropped 6. Other side, no one really getting going. As we saw a 6-0.
Is that a record?
I don't think it's a record. It might be the best flawless of the year though. 11-0. It's hard to do, man.
Talking to the mic.
There it is. Yeah, S&D KD 11. So yeah, it was attached.
Yeah.
10. Now it's Kenny with 11.
11